Hello YouTubers, and this wasn't planned, but today I'm going to be reviewing the first two Five Nights at Freddy's collectible vinyl figure sets. Now, these were released in 2016, and I went into HMV today, and they were reduced to $9.99 each. So I thought, yeah, $9.99, that's more like it, because when they were first released, I think the retail price was something like $16.99. Obviously, HMV was selling them for £22, so, you know, nowhere near the price that I was willing to pay. But if we just take a look at the box, first thing that you can see there, we've got Five Nights at Freddy's collectible vinyl figure set. You can see what figures you get in that. So this one is, you've got Chica from FNAF 1, you've got Foxy from FNAF 1, Ghoul and Freddy from FNAF 1, and an endoskeleton from FNAF 2. Yeah, a bit interesting. You can see their names and that across the top as well. And oops, the camera fell down. And if we take a look at the back, you can see set 1 and set number 2. Now, the reason I think that they separated these sets is because they knew that obviously Foxy was popular and Chica wasn't so popular, and that's why they put them in a set. So, and also obviously Freddy and Springtrap would be popular as well. Well, so separating the two, and that's probably a way to make you buy all of them. But in this set you get Freddy, Bonnie from FNAF 1, and Springtrap obviously from FNAF 3, and Balloon Boy from FNAF 2. Information on the bottom. Again, the names of the figures on the top, and the same information on the back. Now, apologies if things seem a little bit more shaky. I'm filming this at my granny's on my phone. But anyway, let's get into unboxing these and reviewing them. Just to quickly mention, you do get this really nice backdrop of the office from FNAF 2. It is exactly the same on both sets and that, but it's a nice little backdrop nonetheless. Alright, let's start with Chica. She is absolutely tiny, but incredibly well detailed for the size. And you can see the scale on that is absolutely tiny. It's about the size of my little finger here. But for the detail, it is really nice. You can see that we've got the eyes and that, and I believe they've got them correct. They do, in real life they do seem purple, but on the camera it's a bit harder to tell. And she's holding her cupcake and that, and they've even gone to the detail of painting the little flame on the candle and that. We've got Let's Eat. Oops, dropped her. And also it has a little, like, sort of a wash, a dirtied wash over the top, to really, you know, bring out a bit more of the detail, but also the fact that obviously it's more old than that, and it's been around for quite a while. Interestingly, the feet, or the toes and that, have got silver on the end for some reason and that, and you've got some legal information on that on the bottom. But overall, it looks really nice and that, and it does just look like a shrunken down version of the 5-inch version of Chica and that. There is no articulation in this, obviously, but it doesn't feel rubbery. I was expecting them to be pretty rubbery, but actually no, they're pretty solid. And also you can actually see they've even painted the silver around the little neck joining piece there, and even on the arms and on the hands, little joining pieces. So that's really good that they've done that. In terms of standing up, well, she can stand up fine on her own and that. So if you wanted to display it on a shelf somewhere, then this is perfect for doing that. I also found the perfect size comparison. He's a AA battery. Yeah, so it's slightly taller than a AA battery. Moving on. Alright, so here's everyone's favourite, Foxy, the Pirate Fox from FNAF 1. And again, this one is done really well again. Now, his jaw is open, and this is the only thing that I'm not a fan of Funko doing. Rather than leaving a gap to make it cheaper to mould and that, they've just filled it in with black and that, which on the 5-inch one they didn't do, though they did do it with the 5-inch Nightmare figures. So you've also, around his eye, you can see they've have correctly got yellow. It's a little bit sloppy on my one, but not bad nonetheless. You've even got the little freckles on the front of that in his nose, and the ears and that. Again, you've got that dirty wash, and the actual weathering is not just painted on. It's actually has a bit of depth to it. You can't really tell on camera, but it does have little grooves and that in it on the chest. I don't know, but not on the arms. The arms, the weathering or the holes or whatever are just painted on, but not on the chest and the legs. The legs, it's actually, in fact, actually, you can just about see there that it's actually carved in, and that it's slightly recessed, so that it makes it much more, accurate and also stand out a bit more. But on the arms, it is just paint. He's got his hook, which is just plain silver, and you've also got his animatronic endoskeleton poking out at the bottom there, and his hand as well. And obviously he's in this pose of the "Arr, me hearties, never do this impression again." You've also got the detail of the eyebrows and the eye patch, and the eyebrows are painted the correct colour on that. It's looking very red on the camera, but I show in real life it is more of a darker sort of brownish colour. But overall very nice, and a very nice figurine nonetheless. And here we have Golden Freddy. Now this is the main reason I decided to get these sets, is mainly because of Golden Freddy. Because the 5-inch Golden Freddy, you can't put him in his iconic pose, so I really wanted a Golden Freddy that was accurate and in that iconic pose. And finally, here it is, I have one on that, and he looks incredibly good. Other than that, you've got that, again, sort of dirty wash over the top to make it look old and worn and that. But just everything just looks absolutely fantastic about it. You've got the completely black, empty-looking eyes and that. They're not empty, though it's still very nice. Unfortunately, you do have that problem with all the FNAF 1 figures, whether they be 5-inch or these size, and that where they've given it teeth on the top. And the only reason I think that they've done this is because it does look a bit weird not having it, because in game it's sort of like when you see Freddy in that, you sort of see him like that. Whereas if you can clearly see that he doesn't have a top row teeth, it might look a bit weird. So maybe that's why they've done it. God, the amount of times I dropped this camera. So if we just take a look at the detail on him, you can see we've got the bow tie, which is black. There was, I remember, a lot of debate once upon a time whether the bow tie was black or it was sort of a blue colour. But here, it's black. It probably was just the lighting and that. And you've even got the little detail of the microphone here, where you've got a black handle and even the black rim around there, which is all really nice. And again, the weathering detail and the sitting pose, and obviously you can sit him down like that and he sits fine. There's actually and also on the hat, you can see that there's a sculpt for a hat band on there. Now, Golden Freddy, I don't know if he had a hat band in the game. I don't believe he did, but I think the reason is that probably when they were doing these, they were probably thinking of FNAF 2, and obviously if they had the same, they obviously Toy Freddy from FNAF 2 has a coloured hat band, so they were probably thinking, oh, if we just have it sculpted in, we can reuse elements, pixel sculpts down the line. So that is probably their thinking in doing that. But overall, a really nice figure, and probably my favourite out of these ones. Okay, so here we have the endoskeleton from FNAF 2. Interesting that it's not the FNAF 1 endoskeleton, considering that all the other figures in this set are from FNAF 2, but then if you go into set number 2, which is this one here, you've got ones from FNAF 1 to 3 figures in there. So, I think the FNAF 2 endoskeleton is probably more iconic, and it's got a bit more going on, because the FNAF 1 endoskeleton is pretty basic, whereas this one, there's a bit more detail on that, and there's more going on that. And so you've got the goggly eyes at the front, and they're being painted blue. and then you've got sort of the sort of rib cage section and that, and it just looks absolutely excellent. It looks exactly like the endoskeleton in FNAF 2. Unfortunately, the teeth on mine, a little bit of paint bleed on there. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite hit. But you've even got the little detail there of the ears. You've got the little grills on there. All the little grills on that around the side. And on the legs as well. And they've given it... Where did he go? Oh, he's here. They've given it their little black joints as well. And you've got the feet as well with the legal information on the bottom. He just looks absolutely excellent in that. But is he to scale? Well, if we're comparing to Foxy, he's a bit shorter than Foxy. But, yeah, with the headpiece, yeah, I'd say probably, it is probably the right size. And if we just compare it to Chica, yeah, I'd say he's probably to scale. Again, we've got that issue of Foxy. He's too tall. Foxy is too tall, unfortunately. Foxy should be shorter than Chica, whereas here he is taller than Chica. Unfortunately, not by much, but he should be. I think his height is supposed to be something like 4'10" or something like that. But yeah, he does stand a fair bit taller than Chica, so that is a bit unfortunate. That the scaling, and it's the same with the 5-inch ones as well. The scaling isn't always on point with figure to figure. Alright, so let's talk about the main man of the hour. This is Freddy, and I don't know what it is, but he looks a bit dazed. You know, I don't know, maybe it's the eyebrow. Oh, he has head articulation, this one. Okay, now I'm curious whether... No, yeah, they did have a bit of head articulation, I just realised this. Yeah, I didn't know that before, but yeah, they have... Foxy does not have head articulation. At least not on my one, but... Yeah, there's a bit of head articulation. So I was lying about articulation before. There is a bit of articulation. But the arm, no. This arm did move a bit, though. I don't know if that's just the plastic bending. And that's, but he does have a bit of head articulation. Okay, so that's nice. I didn't realise that. So we got the, I think it's the eyebrows, though, that's making him look so dazed, though. Because that almost, he looks a bit confused or concerned about something, and actually, it looks like Freddy has just walked in on something, and he's not quite sure what to make of it, is my best description of what this is. Also, he doesn't seem to have that dirty wash over the top of him, or at least not as much of it, which is a shame because, you know, compared to Chica from set 1, that bit of dirty grime in that on it just gives it that little something, and that it just makes it look a bit more realistic and a bit more, you know, 3-dimensional, and it just looks like they haven't bothered with this one. Also, they have painted the silver joints on the back, but they've made a bit more of a sloppy job of it. And set number 2 did come out a bit of time after set number 1, so maybe this was them trying to maybe rush it out or cut down costs a bit. I don't know. I do know this set has been sitting in HMV for years, because no one bought them, which is why they've gone on sale. But you do have the freckles and that on the front, which they've painted black for some reason, though Freddy should not have black freckles on the front. They shouldn't be black. But, and again, you've got the hat band on the top, just like with Golden Freddy. You've got the ears, which are just all moulded in one colour. They're all moulded in one colour, which makes them look a little bit weird. You've got the nice detail again with the microphone, being it black with the black strip around the top and that, and you've got the feet, which are correct this time, 100%. His other hand looks like it should be holding something, it just looks a bit weird. I mean, the arm out pose with the microphone makes sense, but what is this arm doing, Freddy? You've also got the black bow tie and that, and the lighter brown for his snout, and for his belly. And again, they've given it upper teeth for some reason, and that, again, I've gone through what the reasons may or may not be. But they've also got the eyes correct. The eyes are blue, but they also seem to be slightly shut as well, which I think is also helping with the sort of dazed sort of expression that he is giving. So, a bit of a step down, so far the weakest figure in this range. Next we have Bonnie, though, who raises the bar by quite a bit in that. Bonnie looks absolutely excellent. For one, good job Funko for not putting on any eyebrows, which is good in that. You've got the ears, and you've got even the little metal bits of the ears at the top. And also the ears are not straight, they are slightly drooped, which is correct. Thank you for not giving us completely straight ears, which is what so many other companies will do, and that they are slightly drooped and slightly out a bit. They should be a little bit further apart. I think they are slightly too close together. You've also got his guitar, which looks absolutely excellent, and that, and excuse me, you've even got the little details of the tuning strings and that at the top, and the little lines across and that at the bottom, and that, it looks absolutely excellent, really game accurate. You got the bow tie, which is red, and you've got the lighter and darker purple. Even, they've given him a little tail at the bottom, which is a lighter colour. Whether he has a tail or not, no one knows, except for Scott. They probably get, I don't know whether they asked Scott this, or they, just assumed. He does have a bit more of a dirty, sort of, a wash to him, just like Chica, more than what Freddy did. So, it does look a lot better. Again, he's got the upper teeth, but they haven't given him any black freckles on the face like they did Freddy. Again, don't know why they did that. Don't know where they got that from. But he does look really nice, and he does stand up on that very well on his own, and he stands. They don't stand up, though, as well as Chica, simply because since they're holding more things, they do seem a bit top-heavy. But in terms of scale, you can see here that they are pretty much the same size, which is good, because obviously Freddy and Bonnie are actually just the same model or design, and that's where just a couple of things like the colour and the ears are different. And obviously Freddy has eyebrows. But very nice, and so let's get on to the next figure. Okay, so here we have everyone's favourite killer, Springtrap. And he does look absolutely excellent in that. I'm seeing this quite a lot, but seriously, he looks really good. Unfortunately, for some reason, they've gave him black eyes and a green iris, where really he should just really have two black dots in the middle. Would have been much more sufficed. Because it just looks a bit weird the way it is. They've given them these weird, sort of like vibrant sort of green eyes. It's hard to tell on camera, but they are fairly vibrant. We've got the nice dirty wash back, and also, just like with the Foxy figure, the weathering and the damage to him is actually sculpted in. It's not just painted on, other than the arms, which again is painted on, but they've given them 5 fingers, which is good, and that they did actually go to the extra effort and give him 5 fingers. But they also, if the camera will focus, you can also notice there, you can see bits of the actual endoskeleton and that poking out in the fingers, and again, if we take a look at his feet, and that you can see they're just endo feet with, blood seeping out through them, and that you can see bits of Purple Guy's body poking out through there. That's probably, I don't know, a heart or some intestines or something, and that you can see us around there, and that it looks really nice, and they have done an excellent job, even with the sort of chopped off ear there. You can see sort of the wires poking through and that, and he does look really nice, and he looks pretty much identical again to the 5-inch version, and I think actually this looks better than the 5-inch version, mainly because it's a bit darker and it's got a bit more weathering. The 5-inch version of this figure, for some reason, and again the head does not move on this one. The 5-inch version seems a bit too light, whereas this one's a bit darker, and I think it's all the better for it. You know, because this thing, because, you know, Springtrap was meant to be pretty much sitting in the safe room for 30 years sealed up, so yeah, he's gone through hell. Now, at the top, they haven't given him a button at the top or anything like that. He doesn't appear to have a button on that, though. Did he have a button in it? I can't remember. But again, really, really nice detailing that. It would be nice if we could see a little bit more red around the back, because the back does look a bit plain compared to the front, so maybe a little bit more red. But again, they're going on guesswork here, so for the back. But really nice figure nonetheless. And finally, we have that little shit balloon boy. Yes, here he is, smiling away. Ha ha ha, don't you want to punch him so hard? But as a figure, he looks really good, and has yet to be released in the 5-inch scale, so this is our only really accurate Balloon Boy figure for the time being, and he looks bang on. His head does not turn at all. He's stuck in this one sort of pose where he's not looking straight on, he's looking slightly off to the side. But he looks so good in that. I mean, the eyes in that look absolutely amazing, and the teeth in that, he looks more creepy on camera than he does in real life, but you can see the blue, the sort of twinkle in his eyes, the orange nose, the red cheeks, and his yellow and red striped swirly balloon. Even the balloon sign in that has got the same font of text and everything, and his buttons, which are white and that, and you've also got the red stripes going round him. However, the one thing that they got wrong is that the blue is a bit too dark. Unfortunately, the blue is exactly the same blue as his trousers are, or the legs or whatever, where it should be a lighter blue. It shouldn't be this really dark blue. It should be a much lighter blue colour. That is the only thing that lets this down, that the blue is the wrong shade of blue. You know, I'm not saying it should be light as his eyes, but it should be, a bit lighter than this, because they have just painted it all the same colour, like, there is actually a join here, to make it look like a separate piece. I mean, even you even got the little bumps on the legs, and the feet are the correct brown and that, and his hair is a bit too dark as well. You got the little lapel on the top, but that is a problem that Funko have. They never seem to get the colours quite right sometimes. Like I mentioned, with the 5-inch Springtrap being a bit too light, and whereas this one's too dark. So yeah, it's kind of not quite there. I mean, it's really nice, but it's just missing the mark in a couple of places and that. But otherwise, really nice, and I do really like these figures, and that both sets are really, really nice. But should you buy these? Well, if you can find them like I did for a cheap price, or a much more discounted price, then yes, I would recommend them. Particularly because this is the only Balloon Boy figure we've had released that is accurate, not a bloody pop vinyl or whatever, and the only accurate endoskeleton figure we've had released and that. I mean, they are nice little things and that, and it is cheaper if you want to get some accurate figures and that, but you don't want to pay the prices of the 5-inch ones, because while they aren't expensive and that, they're not cheap either. They're like right in the middle there at the price I would say is just right, because in the UK they're $12.99 each. But if you're only going to buy, there's also a sister location set as well. That was I believe just being released in the UK. So get on that one if you want some sister location stuff. But I don't think these sell particularly well. I always see loads of them stacked up all the time. I just don't think they sell particularly well, just because they don't, it's not a 5-inch figure, but it doesn't have the ooh of a pop vinyl or something like that, which I hate pop vinyls, by the way. So it kind of just sits in the middle. I mean, they are nice, but they're also, if they're not really, because I know a lot of kids buy FNAF stuff, but you can't play with these. These are strictly, just little figurines to have on a shelf and that. You can't play with them. So they are strictly for collectors, though collectors are probably going to want the 5-inch figures. So they're stuck in the sort of, in a very, small niche audience. Oh, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? But anyway, that's it for this review, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.